Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. So this was actually supposed to be a card reading, but it turned out into this kind of a message delivery system. Okay, so I'm reading from my notes because I had to write this information down so I don't lose track. I wanted to do a reading for you guys today, but the readings, the messages that are coming through from the readings are all the same. And from experience, I know that this uh, phase is going to be there for a while, depending on person to person, depending on how much work you've been doing and all of those things. There's a lot that needs to be cleared. Cycles are shifting, so there's a lot of shifting and changing that is happening where the old habits are coming up, the fears are coming up in places where we are trying to let go of those habits. Then there's doubt and fear whether we're doing the right thing. Is this the right thing? And being replaced by new habits. So we have to practice those new habits every day, constantly until it becomes a part of the flow. So because of all of this that is happening in within the energy, within the body, within the physical environment surrounding and to surround, there is this space where the human being feels like nothing's happening, nothing's moving. Like even if you want to do something, it's not the right time, or you don't have the means, or like there's something or the other in the way coming up all of the time. uh, so because of all of those reasons, we start to wonder if we are doing the right thing, if this is the right thing. At this point, the only confidence you can have, or the only place that you can take confidence from, is the fact that you have been doing the work. Okay, if you see areas within the self that needs to be corrected, that needs to be adjusted, aligned, you have taken the chance, the time, the opportunity to do that. um, Outside in your environment, if there was situations where you could be kind, you have been. You could be giving, you have been. Without expectation, you have been. Okay, so right now it is the trust in the person you have been being, genuinely being, not because the outcome is going to be this or the reason. Like the only outcome, everything has to have a reason, right? And the only outcome at this point for being good for you is that, like, if you don't like something in this lifetime, when you come back, if you should come back, if you have to, like, these people should not be there. Okay, and anything that connects you to them should not be there. So even if it is like negative feelings about not liking somebody, or holding hatred, jealousy, whatever, all of those energies, whether it is, if the person affects you, you are holding on, there is a connection. Okay, so we have to think about what it is that we want. And it's not about, I've come to realize also that, and you guys will realize this too in this phase, that you don't need to die to have a rebirth. You can have it in this time. Okay, your awareness is the rebirth. Every time your awareness expands and you see something new and you be something new, that is a rebirth. Okay, so you will start with this shift in timeline. You will start to see changes in your environment, in the kind of people that surround you, that are now attracted to you, and the kind of people that you used to attract in the beginning is not going to be the same. You will see how people more align with who you are now, like the true you. Okay, not saying that not going to be exceptions. There's always exceptions, but majority of the people that you know and are surrounded by now are more loyal, trusting, kind, generous, all of that in than it used to be before. I hope this is making sense. um Actually, this phase is it's very difficult to talk about it at this time, because, like, because you're feeling, and there's no words to those feelings. What you're feeling is the duality of, you're feeling two extreme emotions. You're feeling happiness and sadness at the same time. Sadness because you see the situation, understand, like, what's going on, and happy because you have been chosen to be in this position to see this much and to understand, and because you understand, you cannot actually be sad. You can't actually be happy because what is happening is not a happy situation, but you cannot actually be sad also because you understand where the sadness is come. So this is a very, very confusing time. It feels crazy. It feels like, there's a deeper understanding that there's a lot happening, there's a lot shifting and changing, but there are no words for this phase right now. And that's the reason why, if you've been, like, on my channel for quite some time, I have been talking about my phases in the void, or my, the experience in that. But this one I'm unable to talk about because there's no words for this. It's just a feeling, it's just an experience, it's an inner voice. It's like you clearly see the split in your consciousness where the human mind is logically telling you this, but there's a higher understanding that is showing you a bigger picture, and you have to go with that bigger picture, because, like, this is showing you the physical, the for now reality. Okay, and this is the spiritual mind is showing you the bigger picture, like the purpose for why you're here, why you're going through all of these experiences and all of these feelings and everything. It's showing you why, right? So it's really difficult to talk about this time. The experience is crazy. If you've never even remotely known that something like this can happen, a lot of the times I felt like the line between sanity and insanity is so fine that you really have to keep questioning yourself. Am I sane? Am I thinking the right thing? Am I seeing the right thing? Because we can get caught up in our egos, and I might think that what I am thinking right now is the best, and nobody else's opinion matters, or everybody else is talking rubbish or something. But our own ego can take us down even if our intentions are good. Okay, yes, everything is about intention, but ego is a very strong defense. Like, your consciousness is your spiritual body, your soul that understands, the soul that inherits the body, that understands the bigger picture. Your ego is the physical body, like, this is here to protect this here now. Okay, like, this does not care about a bigger picture. This is like, if you hurt me now, I will get hurt now. It's not about later. So the ego comes in to protect the human, the physical body, right? And so, if you're if you're not constantly checking in with yourself, checking in with the reality of yourself, it's very, very important to go after. I wouldn't say no, because you cannot always absolutely know, but it's very important to go after the truth of the situation, of the moment, every time, like however bad, sad, um, harsh, difficult it might be, the only thing that can save you is the truth. The only thing that can keep you grounded and sane is the truth, like accepting, the ability to accept truth. So always validate and ask if what I'm thinking is valid, what I'm feeling is valid, the way I'm reacting is valid. It doesn't matter what anybody else outside this is actually thinking in this moment. I'm talking about people that have been resonating with messages from the void. Okay, specifically this is for those. Yeah, you have to, this is the time where you have to, like your decisions, everything has to come from the self. Like by now you should be able to hear all sides of the story and make your own conclusion, because you can do your own analysis. You do not depend on anybody else's. It's not that if somebody gave a good suggestion, I'll not take it. If it matches, aligns with my analysis, aligns with my understanding, I will go with that suggestion, right? It's all about keeping that open mind, and with that openness, knowing where the boundaries are. Okay, so it's a real in between, like in the literal sense, in every area, in every aspect. This is teaching us to balance the human and the soul within this. Okay, and how to move from that space, that place, in harmony, when to know when the human needs to take over, when the soul needs to take over. We have to know when to shift in and out of this phase. This is the new elevation. So it's not that we're never going to have problems and we're going to be all good all of the time. Problems are going to be there. They're going to change. They're going to look different. They're going to be for different level of problems. Before, it was very human basic. We were fighting for basic needs and trying to make people understand that this is a basic human right to treat people good and to be loving and kind. And now we're going to have to see problems at a different level. I actually came on here, I actually thought of giving a different message on here. I don't know if this is relevant, but I'm going to talk about it, because like whoever needs to take whatever from here and understand however it fits into your situation or your energy. um so I had a corporate job until September of last year, 2025, September of 2025. And I've been working in my corporate for 20 years. I had a corporate job, and it was all I knew after college. I didn't know any skill. I didn't know that I was good at anything or could do anything. And so I finished college and got a corporate job. That time I was very conscious about everybody having a talent and a hobby, and me not having anything. So I was very conscious about this. So when I started working, and then life started happening, and through that phase, I realized that I don't like corporate. I don't like the job, and I realized that everywhere I go, it's the same job, different labels, but the same job. And I didn't want to do that, and I didn't know what I'm good at or anything else that I can do other than corporate. And I remember this one time, I was like, if there is a God out there, then like show me how to do this, make it come. Why should I have to suffer? At that time, that was my thinking, that I didn't choose any of this. Why am I suffering? Like, I have responsibilities on me, and like, why am I suffering? I'm willing to do the responsibilities. Just take away the suffering, right? And I I was like, make my physical. I didn't understand the meaning of what I was saying at that time, but I was like, make my physical comfortable, and then I will pay, like, the price for that. I don't remember I don't have a job right now, but I don't remember having difficult days. I've always had the capacity for everyone and everything, and I still do. I like I won't say I don't know where it's coming from, because that's very stupid. But like, I know the difficulty I have to go through to get to that capacity, but it's not at the cost of my soul. I can choose. Like, I've spirit has put me in at the ability where I could give up my corporate job and sit at home now, make videos, do hair, do crochet, do whatever I want to at this time. Yesterday I was sitting and doing pottery. So that is where this journey has taken me. This is what I wanted to say. That is where this journey has taken me. And in I didn't want to work in corporate, but I didn't know what it is that I wanted to do. And and so I was asking, my prayer every day is to take over body, mind, heart, and soul. So everything that I do in the day is spirit leading me. The body is just, my consciousness, the human consciousness, just is aware enough to make space for my soul to lead me, for my intuition to lead me. Many a times there have been cases where I do not want to be loyal, I do not want to be truthful, I do not want to show up, I do not want to be kind, I do not want, but I do those things only because the situation calls for it. Like, my mood might not, my energy might not be there. I personally might not like that situation or interaction, but it does not call for the other side, and so I have to do what is needed there, not what I want, but the truth of the situation. I hope this is making sense. Authentically being present. So it's not always pleasant. Okay, and I feel like that is the price. Like, you don't decide that I'm going to be loving to everybody and think that just because you're being loving, people are going to reciprocate lovingly. Does not happen. Like, being loving is the price. And so I was working for 6 years out in Chennai, and during that time spirit was trying to get my attention, showing up here and there, but I wasn't paying attention. Life was too fast, and I was on my own, I was doing my own thing. Like, I I was paying attention enough to know that, like, I asked a question and now the answers popped up here and there, and like, I was aware that way, but I wasn't like doing anything about it because I didn't know what to do about it. And so when I came back to Calcutta in 2012, that is when this energy really picked up for me. Like, it was in my face where I couldn't ignore it. I was like crying publicly in buses, looking at people. Like, there was a sudden flow of emotions that I was unable to control, and I wanted to understand why. And so I turned to Google. Financial issues, like financial in the sense that I was working, I was earning, most of my money was going on my responsibilities and my bills, so I didn't have money for these kind of things. Like, I want to buy myself good stuff, and eat good stuff and drink good stuff, and I want to do all those things, like therapy and all that. Who has the money for, right? Unless it's a really bad situation. So I turned to um, Google took me down the rabbit hole. I went, like, Google told me I was an empath, and then I came across a lot of labels like this. Um, I went through a lot of psychology, a lot of readings and videos on psychology, the mind, how it works. I wanted to understand. I wanted to have a logical reason for what was happening with me. Like, I knew it was different, but I wanted to know where it is coming from. Like, why all of a sudden? What? Okay, so I'll tell you some of the answers I have, most of the answers I have, but I cannot have all of the answers. Some things unfold in time, and you just have to trust that what you're feeling in that moment, as a sane, decent, nice human being, if whatever you're feeling fits into, like, where you're not hurting anybody, you're not cheating on anybody, you're not doing your whatever is happening here is not affecting the outside, then I feel like it's okay, as long as you're not, because each person has their own way of dealing with things. But getting into somebody else's way unnecessarily, that social etiquettes, again, that is common sense to me. But so yeah, I want to talk about all these feelings, try and find words for the feelings that I was going through at that time. Was is the wrong word, okay, but because I'm still feeling it, but because it's been such a while, and I've understood so much more about it now, that it's easier to not go down those emotions. I still feel heavy, I still feel, like there's no more energy in my body, but those are the days where, sorry about that, but those are the days where I'm trying to push through harder. I'm trying to do, even if I'm not completing my work, but at least touch it, at least keep the routine, at least sustain it. Okay, so this is a real fight. Okay, just because it's happening in the energy, it's not gonna be like you go to sleep and wake up and life is different. You will feel every bit of it. um yeah, so I think that's what I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to, maybe you watch this, maybe you don't. Um, but if you do, I hope you take something from it. I hope it helps. And thank you for watching. Love and light. Bye.